skills and qualities can help you transform your life and achieve a new experience of holistic wealth. Today I would like to share with you some stories and some insights about how do we use our male and female qualities to enhance our experience in life. And I would like to share with you first that there is a connection with the experience of music and sound. I remember very well many years ago, before I was traveling, when I was still at university, I was very curious about the traditional music. And I got to learn a music instrument. It's called zampoña in Spanish. Basically, there are two lines of bamboo sticks that you can play one next to each other. The interesting story behind that is that one represents female tones and the other one male tones. And the traditional way to play it is to combine male-female tones in a rhythm created by a drum. The drum represents the core of the heart, and the dance between male and female principles represents the dance of life. This approach to music, to dance, to arts, to creativity is possible to find it in all ancient traditions and civilizations. Geometry, images, represents both male, female, and androgynous principles. Why is that important for us today? Because in our education, we're mostly focusing in the appearance of our body to recognize certain set of skills or strengths. And today, mostly because emotional intelligence is very much part of the knowledge of our daily life, we realize that we male also have feelings and we also connect to emotions and we are also sensitive in our body. In the same way, we realize that women have also the ability to lead excellently projects, care for community, build a business, and be wonderful leaders that are goal-driven. While these are archetypes and probably cliches about what it means to be a man or woman, the reality is that every person has both qualities, male, female, and androgynous, present in their life. Why is that important for us today? Because when we experience only one extreme of our qualities, like giving attention, for example, to only one hemisphere of our brain and not to the other one, then we're limiting our experience of life and realization of our projects and vision to only one perspective of life. If we will focus only on the brain, then we will need to see that there are 10 regions in the brain, and actually to focus only on one of them to realize our whole life would be really limiting. In the same way, if we will focus only on using our upper limbs and not our lower limbs to live, then it will be also very limiting. So, depending on the case, there are many different life conditions and education and preparation and stimulation of children so that you can develop more or less a holistic set of skills. But whatever your condition is today, you need to realize that if you can explore in your male and female skills and your androgynous qualities, then you can really create a new type of experience and use a new type of intelligence for the development of your business or your life. So today I'm going to share with you what I am doing today to make that happen in a very simple 20 minutes daily practice. metronome is an instrument that helps us when we're studying music to learn how to keep the tempo, the rhythm. And it can be adjusted to different rhythms, you know. And normally, if you have been playing piano, for example, or learning to play any music instrument at the beginning of your training, and sometimes always, it is very useful to have them sounding next to you. It's a tag, 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 rhythmic tag that will help you shift from one tone to the other one, or, you know, understand how to combine the sounds, the tones, the music composition, what is the flow that it creates, the rhythm that it gives to your life. Obviously, there are many music compositions that have different rhythms combined in a whole composition, and mostly in life works in that way. There are many events happening in your life with different intensities, with different rhythms, with different qualities, and therefore you can experience the orchestra, the whole composition of your life, the whole story of your life in all of these different streams. Now the question is, how are you going to navigate that composition, that story? And there is something that I've been sharing all the time in my work with my students, coaches, and community members, which is that nature has natural rhythms, and we have the rhythms of the seasons, the rhythm of day and light, you know, light and darkness, day and night. We have also the rhythms of our hormones, and we also have a shift of rhythms between male and female principles. The story I'm going to tell you took place many years ago, around the year 1996, when I was exploring an archaeological site in the country of Ecuador. And this was a very beautiful old Inca archaeological site that we understand was for use as an observatory for stars. And here is the moment in which intuition and knowledge of your body play an important role. For example, when you are going to drink a cup of tea, you touch the cup of tea and then you can feel, measure with your own measurement if it is warm enough or cold. And therefore, because you don't want to burn yourself, you may decide to drink the tea in the right moment. For every person, the right temperature is different, but certainly you can notice an increase or decrease of temperature, what is warm or too hot for you to drink. In the same way, you can have a feeling of the wind with the body. You can have a feeling with the volume of noise or sound or music. You can have a different feeling of sensation of pleasure or discomfort. And in this case, we were exercising those years to have a feeling and recognizing ourselves when our female qualities were present or our male qualities were present. But something happened in that event, in that archaeological expedition, that captured very much our attention, because I was not alone, I was with some other people exploring in the same location. And we noticed that between certain hours, our bodies were shifting from female qualities to androgen and then male qualities, and one more time androgen and female qualities, and so on. And then it was rhythmic, and we could even measure it with time. For us, it was a magical experience, and we consider that, okay, it's maybe, you know, the hours of the day, maybe, you know, our own precondition, but whatever it is, was a common shared experience. And we could decide that it was an experience of our intuition. Yet, I have learned in time since then until now that our body knows better, and sometimes our intellect needs a lot more information and research to agree to the experience of our bodies. But our body knows. And this is very important for us to understand. Well, later on in my research in mathematics of ancient cultures and civilizations, and what we call today fractal time in the matrix Q ecosystem, I discovered that actually the mathematics of time give us those rhythms between male, androgen, female, you know, and we are shifting between male and female spaces in time along the day several times, which is a very special information. So I've been using those rhythms to empower my work, my meditation, my practices, my work. So when I need to work more focusing on the male aspects of my work, I will try to choose those male quality moments in time. And when I want to work in the female aspects with the female qualities I try to synchronize with the female moments in the day. These have proved to be very useful and very empowering and very natural. So instead of having an opposition to the moment in time, I'm trying to navigate, synchronize, tune in, and use that moment that nature creates for me to activate an internal quality in myself. As I said, this has been very empowering, very healing, very useful. And it gave me a focus and a rhythm that it's a lot more advanced than whatever I have done before. So I'm really looking forward to receive your feedback on this. Have you experienced something like that before? Or you have just a connection with your physical body and identity to a male or female? Have you experienced your female qualities or male qualities independently of your gender identity? Have you experienced a shift between one or another or to another in a specific kind of setting or condition? Or maybe for a specific task? This practice of self-awareness is very important because in a certain moment after knowing ourselves, is it possible to make a conscious choice and call one of these qualities in the moment that we need it. Co-creativity. What is the principle of co-creativity? We're talking about creating together something. The closest natural experience of co-creativity in humanity is the creation of life. In family, creating children together. The same happens in all nature. How can we create together more life? And for each species works in a different way. The principle of co-creativity means that we're going to use both male and female principles to create something. And it starts its journey in ourselves, within ourselves, using both male, female, and androgen qualities, bringing them together to boost our creativity and transform it in an inner co-creativity. So when you want to awaken your inner co-creativity, you need to explore and know very well your male, female, and androgen principles and qualities. What happens when we expand this experience to collaboration with other people? Can we tune in into male, female, and androgen principles within ourselves and then together as a collective? The experience is actually very powerful because we're working with powerful qualities that are so rooted in nature, in life. And when we use those skills and do exercises to tune in and co-create together, the harmony, the communication, the connection, the balance that is created in the process of collaboration, communication, and co-creativity is extremely impressive. So I would like to challenge you to try in your company, in your family, in your team, in your community, to use this principle of co-creativity, exploring your male, female, and androgen principles, creating experiences that will train your team, train your family, train your community to bring both qualities. Every person should bring both qualities and the androgen principle together in the process of communication, collaboration, and co-creativity. I will prepare a workbook for you, and I would like to give you a first support for you to enter this transformative journey working with your male, female, and androgen principles. So I will be very willing to give you a first free coaching session, share with you this workbook so that you can start your journey of self-knowledge and self-transformation, learning about the rhythm and shifts between male, female, and androgen principles so that you can integrate them into your daily life. When I'm talking about co-creativity, most of my students always ask, how can we train those qualities? Qualities, female, male, androgen qualities, how can we discover them when our previous education or families, community, and culture have been training our brain to only focus in one set of qualities? Well, the challenge here is to create an opening for you to experience your full being, your full potentiality. And this opening, the exploration, can be done in a very safe space within yourself, working with body movements, arts, creativity. But if you find a safe group where to collaborate, you can also use dances, use role play or theater and performance. So there are many different pathways, but you need really a facilitator that is able to bring you into a journey step by step to discover the 9 qualities of your male principle, the 9 qualities of your female principle, the 9 qualities of your androgen principle, and bring them all together in practical activities and exploration so that you can grow in self-knowledge and be very skillful technically how to use the right emotions, feelings, body movements, presence, breathing to connect to each of these 3 qualities. So I would like to invite you to participate in my workshops dedicated to exploration of male, female, and androgen principles. How can you bring them into your life, become a tangible experience in your personal growth, personal development, and how can you use them for designing, for business management, for creativity and innovation, for communication and collaboration, for education, for coaching and training, for any activity that you would like to do in life, because these 3 principles are always there in your life. So I'm just looking forward for you to reach out, send me a private message, just send challenge accepted. I would like to do this, I would like to learn that, and I will be happy to initiate you in the journey. Looking forward to experience and listen to your story.